Heimdall is the other kitty, and he is a black cat. I have to always have a black cat in my pride, in my group of kitties. I just adore black cats. It's something I have always loved. And so he's my third black cat that I have had. And he is quiet and very reserved, likes to be on his own a lot. But when he's out and about and exploring, he is hyper and jumpy. He likes to do like jumps and sprints, and he he's talkative in a way that, if you know kittens, how kittens are have really high-pitched little mews, he still has a kitten voice. And so his meowing doesn't sound like an adult cat. It sounds like a kitten. And he'll go downstairs in the basement and just mew, 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 mew. And I'll be like, is something wrong? And I'll go down there and he's just sitting down there, just meowing. He loves the laser pointer. And I am getting him to enjoy cuddling. His idea of cuddling is just laying near you. But he is taken to really enjoying when I hold him, but he won't beg to climb into my lap or anything. You have to like pick him up and be like, this is what we're doing right now. Are you okay with that? Most of the time he's like, yeah, cool. We'll do this for a little while. And he'll even purr and chill. But then he's like, okay, now I'm done. And you just have to be okay with that. He has a sensitive tummy, and we think he has a overactive stomach acid problem because he will throw up a lot. And to me, a lot is he's throwing up every few days. And it's not always right after food time. Most of the time, it's actually when he's got an empty tummy, which is why we think he has a bit of acid, heartburn, essentially. That is easily maintained if, we need to get him to a vet to make sure that that's what's going on. But I've had a cat with a sensitive tummy. My very first black cat had a sensitive tummy, and he just needed a half of a Pepsid AC every day. And he was fine after that. So we just have to see what's going on. They both need to go to the vet for these things. And we have, budgetary concerns until the end of the year. So since these aren't like major health issues that are impacting their health acutely, we'll get to it. So until then, we just are very careful with what food he eats, and we're careful to try to not disturb Atlas's comfort level, making him anxious. That's our life at the moment. Hermes has adapted to the new kitties extremely well, especially Atlas. Him and Atlas, within a month, started playing together. And then now they groom each other and they cuddle. So they're pretty close buds. They'll play with each other now. They're pretty close buds. He will now tolerate Heimdall. He didn't used to, and we think it was because he was extremely close friends with Loki, who was also a black cat. So for a while, I think he was just confused that he saw a black cat and thought it was his buddy Loki. And then when he'd approach and smell him, he'd be like, wait, you're not Loki. I don't like you. So we think that was his struggle for a while. But now he's more tolerant. He's nowhere near as affectionate to Heimdall as he is with Atlas. And I think Heimdall's okay with that. He's just like, just leave me alone. Let me do my thing. So, yeah. Now you've had 20 minutes of me talking about my cats, which is probably why I say I'm a crazy cat lady in my description. So my apologies to those of you who are like, God, I hate cats. But, they're all my babies. That's what I do in my life these days. So, Let's do the 3 and then a 2 here. Oh, there's 6, 7, 8. Working on our 9th stack. See, I've been standing here and I bet there are no mobs over here. Let's see. Are there? Oh, there are a couple of creepers and a skeleton. There we go. Yeah, so this is poopy. There's totally no reason that it would be spawning that few mobs. It's reaching its limits too quickly. Definitely need to do a different mob farm. That stinks. And we need to do it soon. Ooh, another apple. Yay! Because we haven't had a single bit of wheat yet. So, that can happen though. That can happen that you go to the vet and you find out that that's not, there's nothing that they can do. So yeah. Loki didn't show any signs of illness until a week before he died, but apparently he had been really sick for a long time. Cats are really good at hiding illness, so it's hard to know when they're sick. And I had been dealing with the other old cat being sick with the same thing for years, and I guess I had put on blinders to paying attention to the other possible symptoms from other cats. I was just so focused on, this is what I'm noticing, because they both had kidney disease, which is extremely common in old cats, especially male cats, and they tend to pee a lot, and so it's hard when you have multiple cats to know which cat's doing all the peeing. You just assume that it's the sick cat that you already know about, and the fact of the matter was I had more than one cat that was sick. And so the 6 months after Maximus died, it still didn't connect to me that there was some reason why the litter box was still filling up quickly, and I should have noticed that as a problem with one of the cats, and I didn't. I think depression and grief caused some of that. But yeah, we took Loki to the vet because he was sleeping in the litter box. He had started doing that 2 days before. Took him to the vet, and his blood work came back as he was in kidney failure. So kidney disease is something that they can't treat. It is just something that you try to make their life as comfortable as possible until their kidneys stop working. It's not something they can do anything about. So, yeah. They were old. They had lived wonderful lives. Maximus was 18. Loki was 15. No, I need one of you, don't I? No, I did that already. Yeah, so the circle of life, essentially, it's hard, but I wouldn't trade. 12 is actually the average lifespan of a domestic cat. 12 years. So, yeah. We're getting there. I would like to fill up these 4 spots before I start trying to figure out a different farm. My first black kitty's name was Zeus, and he passed away from liver cancer. It's a little shocking to have an animal who has black fur essentially turn yellow. He was really, really sick and he was in the hospital and they were trying to get his liver numbers back up. And they had called me one morning and just said, this is the end. He's turned yellow. He's got jaundice. And I was like, yeah, what do you mean? I could understand maybe the skin had turned yellow, but no, when I saw him, his fur had a yellow tinge to it. It was a little shocking. In the course of, I had seen him just like 18 hours before. So yeah. They don't tell you some of this stuff when you have animals. They don't tell you. They say, yeah, they're going to, they'll get old and they'll die, but they don't tell you what their end of life might be like. And it's something that I think a lot of people need to know. Yeah, no, I wouldn't trade Galactic Potato. Hi, 4 ounce. I haven't seen you in a long time. As you can tell, I'm really far along. So yeah, Galactic Potato is calling me. Well, to be honest, I haven't been around. So, yeah. This has been a hell of a year for more than COVID reasons. So, yep. Anyway, we need a bit more cobble and then we can start over with our stupid mob farm. Dumb mob farm. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking we shouldn't start doing that right away. I'm going to need trapdoors, or do buttons work in 112? I don't remember when the last time I chatted with you, 4 ounce, or if you've kept up with any of my playthroughs or anything. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of lost my steam on that one when I got sick. So we're not doing that one anymore. Oh, come on. Okay. So I need to know in Minecraft 1.12 if there is a button on a block, will a mob consider that still a place that they can walk or not? I know trapdoors work and signs work in 1.12, but do buttons? Trying to conserve my very small amount of wood. Hey, we have some wheat. I decided I wanted to play this pack again in Garden of Glass and try to play it differently. In my playthrough, I know you probably recall a bit of it, I didn't really maximize the size of my farms or the amount of generating flowers that I could manage. And so I ended up with a whole bunch of deficit in mana and supplies. And I figured a Garden of Glass world would give me all the space I needed without having to dig it or build it or whatever. And so there's no room for this. I want to try and be like, okay, we need to make a wheat farm. Let's see if we can make the biggest one possible type of bits and stuff. So instead of going, okay, we have this tiny little space, let's make it so that only 5 flowers can go here. And that's all I had for generation. I want to try to get away from that and actually see what a maximized thing can do. I focused a lot on using only the Botania or vanilla ways to farm. I do know Quark has some abilities that I'm not familiar with, and I should probably learn what they are, because I don't really know what sort of things Quark can do. Make a mob dropper and a Rose Arcana, and it'll be way more than needed. I can imagine. So like, what are redstone randomizer? What are Quark mechanics that would be helpful? I know that it's got dispenser planting, which so does Botania, so that's not a big deal. But like, what other things can you do with Quark? That's what I'd like to know. You never got around to the Narslimus? In a void world? 4 ounce? Come on. Slime farms are insane in void worlds. I was telling Quist not too long ago, my favorite flower is the Rafflesia. Any trees? Dang it. Yeah, we're gonna have that. This is gonna be a problem. Before I can do this mob farm, I need wood. Ugh. I'm gonna have to use some more of this dirt and get a bigger tree farm going. Yep. Take care, 4 ounce. Thanks for coming to hang out. All right, so we need to make a bigger tree farm. What do we have for dirt? Let's see. If we, instead of spacing it every 2, I have to try to pick up this dirt. This one piece of dirt we might end up losing. Yep, we lost it. Okay. And then we can try to force tall trees. That would give us more potential for... Need to make it a little wider back here, so we're gonna need to use a torch most likely. But we could do... try to force grow some tall ones. We'll do these 2 on the ends. We need more torches. Alright, so those are going to try and force grow tall trees. Yep. So the goal is try to build up our wood, build up our charcoal. This will be for our eventual endo flame. We're doing all right with cobble build up for our new mob farm. Let's go ahead and chuck it in here. Yeah. Yep. It's about time for a lunch break for me. I have to feed the cats lunch. And that's about a couple of minutes from now. But I also want to make some coffee for myself. So there might be a decent like 10 to 15 minute break coming here very like in the next few minutes. I'll leave my stream running and you can watch my kitty pictures that I have up. Yeah, what we might do is I might leave the game running so that I can potentially have some trees when I come back. Maybe even a pumpkin. But, yep, so I'm going to do that, folks. I am going to take a 15-minute break, feed the cats. Heimdall is a very slow eater. Very slow. And then have some coffee and stretch. And I will be right back then, okay? We're going to keep going because I have nothing else to do right now. So, don't go anywhere, or if you do, come back because I enjoy having you guys hang out with me. It cheers me up a bit. So, I will see you momentarily. Alright, I'm back. We have one tree and a pumpkin in that whole time I was gone. Which I'm not sure how long that was, but here I am! So, not a whole lot of progress. But now that that stem is fully grown and can produce pumpkins, it'll produce them a little faster. So, yeah. We'll be able to get sugarcane just as soon as we have enough wheat. I think it's a straight mana infusion. I don't think it needs the alchemy catalyst. But yeah. Where were we? We were working on getting all of the supplies we need to make a way better mob farm. I don't know what I was thinking. But in Skyblock, we really need these resources, and the mobs aren't spawning here. So clearly I've not used the mechanics correctly. So I need to work on that. So that is something we need to do. And we need to get progress going to get to the Nether, which means we need some mana, and so we need trees to make charcoal for fuel. Those are the things we're working on. All right. Yes. Yes. Good times, good times. So in order to do the next step, so see, already another pumpkin. If only we had melon. We'd have more food options. Trees. Let me Google 0.12.2 Minecraft buttons mob AI, see if I get something. I'm not seeing anything about using buttons. I could have swore that was something new, but I don't know when or where that came about. Mobs wander. We know that they wander. Progress is stuck. So we're waiting for trees and we're waiting for food, and the mob farm is broken because I made it smaller and now it's not spawning anything. So I was trying to work on getting a better mob farm started, which is a funnel-like farm, again waterless. And the problem is I'm trying to come up with all the blocks that mob AI paths over that aren't actual blocks. So things like signs and trapdoors. But because we don't have a lot of wood, I was wondering when buttons were implemented in mob AI that they were okay to walk over, but they're not actual blocks. So they would fall, because that would conserve a lot of my wood if I could do buttons. But I don't know. And I don't know where to find that out. So I can make a funnel trap that's waterless because we have to do waterless right now. It's going to be a while before I'm able to make the water rune. How long? We need string. String for the fishing rod. Sugarcane we can get when we have 9. Wheat. We can do the bone meal. We need to make the orchid or get extremely lucky with 1 zombie. And we can make the mana powder once we have mana as well. So, I mean, we're close to getting infinite water. So I guess we could push that direction and then make a standard skyblock mob farm. We need glass in order to make a bottle. No, we need a bottle for the Rod of the Seas. We need a bottle of water. I did. Sorry about that. So I was saying that this is not working and that I'm probably going to have to tear it down and try a 3rd time. I don't know why it's not working. Yeah, I had it too... My problem is that when I make it too deep... Yep, 1 deep is not working for me either. When I have it too deep and I stand here, the mobs can see me, and so the creepers blow up or the skeletons hit me. And so my problem is I don't know how to do a mob farm where I can hit them on both front and back, both layers, and them not see me. Because running along here and hitting them and then running around here to hit them again because they've been knocked back and then coming back into the front to hit them again, it's just It's unpleasant. It's unpleasant. But in order to make the funnel mob farm that is waterless, still can't get spiders from it. So we'll still have to deal with needing spiders. Would require that I need a lot more wood. So I was just thinking to conserve wood, I would find out if I could use buttons, because then it's only 1 plank per button instead of 3 planks per trap door, or 3.2, 3.5 planks per sign. So I'm just like, nah. Figure it out. I don't know. I don't want to craft a bunch of buttons and then it not work. But I really need the mob drops in order to get progress anywhere. So, anytime you Google Skyblock mob farm, you're going to get one that requires water. There's only one that I know of that is waterless, and it requires trap doors or signs or hopefully buttons, but I have no idea. We could go into a creative world and test. Be a lot faster than wondering, I guess. Let's make a creative world. Create new world. We're going to use Garden of Glass since it's the same mechanics. We're going to call it Test World. We're going to make it creative. And yes. All right, so what we want is to turn on this. We want a block. We want a button. And we want spawn a... How do you spawn zombies? There we go. I'm like, yeah, there's... Where is the zombies one? Zombie horses. Dweller, wraith, zombie villager. There it is. Okay, so... Of course. Okay, so we have a couple left. Now the challenge here is when we switch to survival, do they try to come towards me? No. Look, he has stopped. He does not think that that is a path. But if I were to get a trapdoor... Oops. They instantly think that that is a... So buttons don't work. Yep, buttons don't work. It's either trapdoors or signs. Okie dokie. So we definitely need a bunch of wood. Wait, is that the normal amount? I thought a recipe for trapdoors was 3 trapdoors for 6 planks. Is that the normal recipe? Maybe it's a Quark recipe then. Or a garden of glass. Yeah, it's 2. In vanilla, it's 2 trapdoors for 6 planks. So, hey, then my concern about buttons is moot. I just needed to look this up. This is 1 plank per trapdoor. That is extremely helpful. We still need to be able to make a lot of trapdoors. But that is good to know. Okay, so we need a lot of trapdoors, and we need a lot of torches until, you know, I'm done building the farm so that I can actually keep going back into it and continuing to build it. So we know we have a path. We need charcoal, which I've been working on building up. Wood, which I've been working on building up. We're going to need to get an endoflame going, which is why we need, yet again, more trees. Trying to think about what else we need this grass for right now. We have a little bit of dirt in here, but not much. And the dirt rod of the lands needs a mushroom from the nether. So everything is kind of, we can't do it until we go to the nether. So that needs to be our direction. Yep. So I thought 5 trees was enough to grow some things. Maybe we need to get rid of the trying to force tall trees. That might be slowing things down. And keep grinding away at getting the supplies to make a better mob farm. Okay,